the Oklahoma State game certainly was something we wanted more for. I can tell you that our kids, are still fighting. I looked at that film and I wanted to be very critical, and I was not. So made mistakes. Mistakes can be corrected, and I accept their effort and energy. So, question.
If you have a question, raise your hand.
You wanted to go back and watch the tape to kind of determine the issues with the running game. What did you see out of Puka's struggles?
We didn't necessarily execute the what we needed to do up front to have success. So, and if we could bottle up Puka a little bit and keep him, in line somewhere, that would be good too. So, but he makes more yards on his own than guys who would have instruct him.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll bring you a mic.
You mentioned you weren't really concerned about the effort when you watched the tape. What ultimately, especially for the offense in the first half, if the effort was there, what was kind of breaking down? What wasn't there?
The effort was there. Is you have to take in certain in line play, you have to take certain steps in certain hand placements, and I think it was there. I just don't think it was is consistent. If I'd be the word for me.
And obviously, Malik missed a lot of that game. What's the prognosis on him moving forward?
I think he'll be available for this game. I'm not certain, but it's not a terribly serious injury.
In the third quarter, when you put Manny out there for a few possessions, can you kind of explain why you'd maybe go with him over a guy like McVitie or a younger guy that might be able to help you next season or beyond? Yeah,
next season is not the thing that we're trying to do. We have 2 games left, and certainly one at a time. We want to play the best players, and we were looking not necessarily for future in terms of years. What we're looking for is an opportunity to make a play and get us a kind of new start, maybe get us a drive that we would enjoy. And but I think what it did is it did give us a spark. I think when Carter went back on the field, I think he enjoyed the time, and he did so with a lot of effort and energy.
I guess, looking back on it, do you wish you had put him back in earlier? Because he obviously did play well in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. We think Carter's going to be certainly a guy in the next, to finish the season that can do some very special things, and we just want to see that happen. And Manny coming in the game was something that he'd earned, but also we were looking to substitute that pitcher that gives us a lift, maybe gets a couple outs, and then gets us out of the inning.
So, Coach, Carter had mentioned a handful of times that it meant a lot that, regardless of how he was playing, that you guys had stuck with him. So, have you had further conversations with him since Saturday's game about? Very
short conversation. It said kind of just what I just mentioned here. This was just we're not making any serious, decisions here. This is a short-term relief.
The last couple times we've seen Thomas McVitie, he's started lined out in wide receiver. Are you guys considering a position change at all for him, and what's his status right now?
No, that's just a position of convenience that allows you to, put another quarterback in. So, yeah, he's not going to play wide receiver. So,
What do you need to see from him moving forward to kind of give you more confidence in him as a quarterback?
well, I honestly just some more time under center, I think will benefit him.
If you have a question, please raise your hand.
Coach, could you offer a personal self-scouting on how this season's going for you? First season back in a little while, it's kind of a long season, some tough losses. How's everything going for you? How are you feeling about everything?
Honestly, I discussed that this morning, and I think it's going really well. I think the things that we've done, we've put in place, will be things that will stay there a long time, and I think we're going to be better. And so, I want to take this team that I have here, one game at a time, but certainly an opportunity to win two. And I think we're in position that we need to be in. So. Now, I'd like to have won every game. Let's talk the way that, certainly that's the case. But I didn't expect it to just be a one season stop. Figured that we would be doing long-term work here. And frankly, I think the work that we've done speaks for itself. But it also, I think our guys are capable. And I think we've not shown our best team yet. And I think that we can do that as we go forward.
Stephon Robinson's been really effective lately. What's allowed him to kind of take that step forward?
It was just something that we've seen. We knew that he had that ability, and we're going to get him the ball.
And his confidence, I guess, have you seen that kind of grow with his increased production, and what do you like about him as a
Yeah, I
player?
want you to know something. I have always seen him as a very confident guy. I don't know that it needed to grow much. He knows his assignments. He knows where he's supposed to be. He tells the guy next to him how to line up. He makes very difficult catches. He is a physical player. He's a really great blocker. I'm a fan of Stephon Robinson, and he doesn't need much more than what he has.
Kevin?
Hey, Coach, outside of wins, obviously the next couple of weeks, which obviously you'd like to get, what kind of things do you evaluate? What things would you like to see to make sure this thing is heading in the right direction heading into the offseason?
Well, like give you an example. I know statistically we're not necessarily where we need to be on defense, but in third down we stopped them 8 of 12 times. Got turnovers in key situations, and so defensively, things like that. If that continues, that's just what we'd like to have happen. Offensively, we need to sustain drives and finish. And if we do that, again, I think our guys are capable. We just got to get consistency.
So for the first 2 games under Coach Dearman, the offense was really explosive. Now for the past couple of games, it's been a bit of a roadblock. What do you think's been kind of the differences?
The consistency, just the kind of what I just said. I think we need to be I think the plan is pretty much laid out, okay? And I think the players certainly understand it. They just need to be consistently perform and execute. That's it. I think we know what to do. We just need to do it and get our tempo back. See, to me, we've had tempo in that practice facility. We've had tempo in several key games, and at times it looks like we're just an unstoppable team. That's the kind of tempo and that's the kind of consistency that I'd like to have.
So is the tempo something that teams have been taking away that has been one of the bigger differences?
No, I don't. I think that each game's a little different from that respect. I think they attack us and we attack them in different ways. I just think that I think that if we continue to pursue what we're doing, I think we'll be fine. It's just that it's consistency is the issue.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. We have time for a couple more.
You have a lot of, maybe not a lot, but a few younger guys on the roster who haven't played in a lot of games and look like this could be redshirt seasons for them. Do you have like a definitive plan for guys like Stephen Parker and Dejon Terry and those guys?
The certain guys have played in 3 games. Certain guys have played in less than that. So those guys that can play will play, and those guys that won't, that can't play in a game, we'll have to keep them out.
Anything else?
Hey, Coach. Excuse me. Other than Akeem, you've been rotating a lot of offensive linemen, and that's not something that's too common around the Big 12. Can you just explain why you guys are rotating linemen at those positions and kind of what the end goal is with that?
Considering Malik's injury and considering we wanted to keep guys that could play several different spots and rotated them through so that they wouldn't necessarily have to endure a position that they've not prepared to play. So we've moved them around to give them some comfort in the assignment situations, so that they'll know the plays and be good at it. And what we're looking forward to is being able to put a number of guys out there that can really play.
And I guess I just mean just like center. You've been rotating centers, for example.
Well, the two centers are guys that frankly are a little nicked up and need some, back into the season rest. Being spelled by a teammate.
All right, thank you, Coach.